9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Is it a banger?
Hell yeah.
Classes in session, this is the show where knowledge is profit, just so you know. Army Piper, OC guy, and Trade Fly, bringing crypto news to the whole alumni. It's the word on the market, the one-stop shop for the info you need every time that it drops. The go-to show that you need right now. This is Piper Academy, it's all going down, let's go.
Yo, good morning, everybody, and welcome to the Monday Morning Market Report here on Piper Academy. I'm live from Tucson on vacation again. I know I'm always gone and about, but you know what's not gone? Bitcoin's price going down. It's not gone down there. It's sitting at a good range right now, so going to be looking at what that is. But there are some altcoins that have made some pullbacks today. We're also going to be looking at those. Plus, we're going to touch base on what's going on over there with the ton creators arrest in France. We're going to be looking at that. And then also Argentina just announced that they are putting Ethereum curriculum in high school. What is wrong with the American education system? We're going to talk about that, guys, and a whole lot more today on the Morning Market Report here on Piper Academy. Let's get it. Classes in session. All right, guys, welcome to the Morning Market Report. I'm Army Piper. This is the Piper Academy's morning show that we come at you every Monday through Friday, 9:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, bringing you guys news, charts, and markets and everything that you need to have knowledge. But I don't do this show by myself. I've got an amazing team here at this show, and today I've got both of the co-hosts. Check it out. It's OC Guy and Trade Fly in the house with me. What's up, fellas? How you doing?
What is going on, guys? It is good to be here. I am stoked to get this party started. Hope everyone had a great weekend. I was grinding away, trying to build a pergola. It's a fancy shade in the backyard, but all good.
Oh, you fancy. Here. You fancy.
Yeah, I'm a little fancy. I just realized I don't even have my lights, my lights down here. Here you go. Get you guys a little, there it is, a little cleaner. All right, sweet. But yeah, all good, man. I'm excited. I'm ready to get back at it, start looking at these charts again and seeing where we're headed to next and giving you guys the alpha that you need.
Absolutely. Absolutely. OC, how was your weekend, man? How you doing? How you feeling about the price action this morning? Where are we at? Give it to us, man.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, I just was looking for that amazing thing that you were talking about. I just can't find it. I'm just kidding.
All right, let me go to my. I have another stream deck here with new sound effects on it, so you know I gotta look for it over here for a second though.
Oh, I found us here. Here we go. So it was just a lame joke here, guys. But it was a pretty good weekend. Actually, I got to spend with. Yeah, I deserve that. I deserve it. I know. I was late working for this weekend, but I don't complain. It was pretty fun. Other than that, it was a long time since I didn't actually kind of like I went to bed like 2 a.m. every freaking night. And then I also wake up feeling refreshing. I know it's pretty weird stuff. But other than that, I think just getting that much work out of the way felt like, you know, like a little bit of a less weight on the pressure that we need to get things moving. Other than that, a pretty good weekend. A Sunday, very peaceful. Other than that, getting ready to rock and roll for today. And my head is craving for a haircut. Man.
Yeah, you need to get a haircut there, Goliath. Oh wait, it was Samson. It was Samson with the hair, right? Samson's hair.
Yes.
Trade Fly. Can you give a shout out to the people in the chat for us, man? Because we got people over here, and look. My guy is right here on my screen. This is where you are, and you are the shout out to all the alumni, and they're all over here. So can you connect this for me? That would be great, man.
That's my alumni. You know what I
mean.
mean.
I got this. Kyle Fields in here with a yo. Actually, let me go to live chat. I've noticed that sometimes it filters you guys out. Kyle Fields in there with a yo. Ninja Glock. JM average. Crypto Joe, good morning. Ada Ace, hitting that like button, please. Thank you very much. John Foster Crypto's in the house. He said, yo, good morning, fam. Username, he's still giving me crap about not having a plant in the background. Gosh, man, I got a green screen for you. What more do you want from me? Are you not entertained? All right. Alexander G, best mind in the house, our
Oh,
SoCal
new
lady.
sound
We love her
bite.
very
We need
much.
that sound bite now.
Yeah. Justin, hey, my man, big winner. He took my money last Friday. Hope you did something cool with it on the weekend, dude. Congratulations. We love you here. Eric Ballin, how you doing, dog? Harp is in the house. Who else we got? Bedridden. What's up to you, my man? And Crypto Trades. Bucks in the house. He says stand by for the standing by. That's a military thing. He knows about it. Harp, how you doing? LBC in the house. Let's go ahead and see some of those wave emojis. Get them flowing. Let's go. Wick 589 featuring BTC twerking time. Y'all in those rhymes, man. I love you guys' names. It's funny. BC Port Court, aka Blackie Chan's in the chat. And FD White. Yeah, that's my dude. We're gonna be on the nightcap tonight. Go ahead, tune in. Alex O Crypto. He is still having his issues with his firstborn, and not bad issues. It's just he's scared. And don't worry, dog. The first one is a little bit scary. The second one, you're gonna be like, I don't care anymore, and you'll just watch them be free. So it's kind of funny. As you have more kids, you'll understand. All right.
Hey, I just fixed my mic volume. I saw a lot of people in the chat like, Piper, you loud. I am loud. I'm sorry, but I think my mic volume should be better now. While he continues on, you guys let me know in the chat. Is this about even with their levels now, or do I need to go up or down? You let me know. Go ahead, Trey Fly. Finish it out, man.
All right. I think the last one we had in there that I saw was Brian. So, and he's just talking about your mic. So what's up, Brian?
I know my mic.
Thank you for the input.
I got
yeah.
You guys can't see
going.
it here. Like, I got my MV7 microphone here, and I got everything set up. Normally, before I was using this, and so I've got professional studio quality sound for you. But yeah, so awesome. You guys are saying it's
MV7.
perfect.
He bougie.
Man, hey, I traded all last cycle to be able to afford this stuff for this cycle. Okay, so let's go. Let's get into some news. Shall we do that? Let's do that.
Let's do it.
Move over to the news. There we go. Back to the news. Guys, looking here on the Fear and Greed. Sorry it's taking me so long. I got to get used to the other Stream Deck. It's a totally new Stream Deck for me. So looking here at the Fear and Greed today, guys, we are sitting at 55 in greed. Bitcoin dominance is sitting at 54.2%. It's up 0.2 tenths of a percent there. And then market cap down about 0.58. This is what I was talking about. We're going to look at the Bitcoin dominance, guys, because you can see it at 54.2. Bitcoin's holding a range while some altcoins are pulling back, some more than others, specifically ton. Big market cap and taking a pretty big hit there, down again almost 0.6%. Total 24-hour volume has dropped since yesterday, so a lot of shakeout on Sunday for market close. So there's that data. Let's jump over to the crypto bubble, see what they're telling us. We got dogs here, 28.3%. It is down. That's the big loser on the daily here. Is this the one that is on the Ton network or Tron network? Let me know. I'm not sure if it is or not. Somebody in the chat will know. I know they will. Let's go and see. Audio's good. Down 20% more. Just a smidge. Okay. There we go. I turned it down a little bit more. You guys let me know. Fetch is up. Guys, this is the ASI move, right? This is the AGIX, the Ocean Protocol, and Fetch AI all moved into this. If you actually click on this, you'll see it is ASI Alliance, no longer Fetch, but it's still FET on the ticker. So it is at 7.6% to the upside. HNT Helium, we're actually going to talk about some of this tomorrow morning. Dominic is going to be on the show. He is a professional in the mining world. He does a lot of it. And he is going to be here talking about HNT and Caspa trading. Had some members that had a question or two, and they wanted to get some. Sound like I was getting sick. No, I'm not getting sick. I don't know what's going on, man. You guys are scaring me over here. Is my volume good though? That's what I want to know.
You sound fine.
Okay. All right, leave me at Buck. Leave me alone, man. He's going to be talking about HNT. Appreciate that, Trade Fly. He's going to be talking about HNT and Cas mining. Buck actually had some questions. There you go. There you go. I'm just going to drive on here. Tron up 3.1% here on the daily, guys. Let's jump down here and look at the list. I need to close off my chat over here and when I'm doing my thing and then just pull it back up. That's what I need to do. I'm going to do that right now. There we go. That no distraction. See, you guys let me know if anything happens over there. Bitcoin is sitting at 63,500, holding that range, down about 0.8% on the daily. Ethereum down about 1.4% on the daily and sitting at $2,700, just above that. Moving down to the top 10 here, Solana sitting at $160 up on the hourly, the daily, and the weekly. It is looking quite good. And then XRP down 2.1% on the daily. Getting a little bump here on the hourly, though, up 0.6%, sitting just under 60 cents at 59.1 cents there. Doge still holding its eighth spot. It's doing good, but down on the daily, up 7.1 on the week, though. And Tron, guys, good Lord. Tron up 21.2% for the weekly, 3.1% on the daily, up 0.5% on the hourly, not seeing any weakness. And then there it is, Toncoin. Toncoin has now dropped down to number 10. It has lost one whole position there in the past 24 hours. And you can see for the week, it's down 16.9%, down 1%, currently sitting at 1.4%. And I'll show you guys where I got into a trade on that because I went into a long. I said, I know people forget things really quickly and they like this token. I'm going to go ahead and enter a long on this and jump into it. We'll go ahead and touch base just for our viewers out there. Long Cardano up 12.6% on the weekly, pulling back on the daily, 3.2%, getting a little rally here in the hourly. And I did tell you guys in the thumbnail this morning and in the description, I said it looks like the markets are all opening to the side of green. We'll see if that flows over into crypto. So let's jump into the Bitcoin liquidations real fast, guys. Past 24 hours, 39,576 traders liquidated. Total liquidations coming in at $81.8 million. Single largest liquidation happened on OKX. It was Ethereum at $2 million. So there you go. I want to get over here and talk about this. This is some of the economic data that came out this morning. It's durable goods orders, guys. And if you guys don't know what this is, if you ever want to know, just go to the trading economic calendar. You scroll it down here and it says, durable good orders refer to new orders placed with manufacturers for delivery of hard goods, which meant to last at least 3 years. So this is things like refrigerators, things like furniture, right? This is when they talk about this in the economy, they are not going to be, gone in 1 year, right? They're not like trash bags, right? These are things that are goods that are meant to last over years, right? And so durable goods orders, this is showing right now that new orders for manufactured durable goods in the U.S. surged by almost 10%, 9.9% from the previous month in July, making up for the downwardly revised 6.9% decline in the earlier period, the most since May 2020, and firmly above market expectations with a 5% expansion there. Let's go talk about what this means over here for a second. Go back to the trio cam. Guys, this is a big sign, and this is why the markets are staying up in the green opening this morning. They got a nice little pump. The futures did right after this data came out this morning. I was watching it right there on CNBC. I keep it on the screen. It's always on this side of me when I'm in my main studio. I got it here, right? Like to watch this morning market report, and then I look at this stuff as it comes out to watch the TradFi. Wall Street gives me a lot of indication of what's going on in the stock world. This data, what does it mean? What's the so what to this? This means a strengthening of economy, okay? So we have the labor numbers, that's causing them to do rate cuts. When you see these durable good numbers come out like this at the same time that we're talking about rate cuts and a stabilization of things, it gives hopium. We'll at least go with that word today. It gives hopium to TradFi investors that are dealing in risk on, risk off assets, that the recession might be softer than expected because durable goods orders did have a significant pickup. I do want to show you guys here previously. It was down 6.9%. They were only expecting on the consensus a 5% and a forecast of 3%. We came in at almost 10. So, and this data is reported by corporations. So, I would take this data with a little bit more salt, a little bit less salt, I should say, than what I would take from the federal government. So, but yeah, there's that data, 9.9%. Overall, guys, durable goods orders, excluding transportation, month over month, down a little bit more than expected. This is the one that does cause me concern. You guys see here, this is durable goods orders excluding defense. So no defense contractor stuff in this. Down 10 or up 10.4%, was previously down 7.5%, forecasted to be 2.2%. I want to know what durable goods they're making out there. That's what I want to know. The reason I say it causes me some concern is because when you go in here and look, there's not a big breakdown on this. And I would really like to know what all inventories they are looking at on this. New orders, factory orders, durable goods. What's the big one in here? What is the big one? Let's go see. Durable goods, excluding defense, increased. It was down 7.5% in June. Durable goods orders, excluding defense in the United States, averaged 0.33% all the way from 1992 to 2024. So that's a really big jump, which makes me kind of wonder if there's an anomaly there, or did they change something on how they rate data for reporting this? And because this is such a big jump, and you can see from 1992 to 2024, average 0.33%, and here this one comes in swinging over 10%, does make me wonder, did they change some calculation numbers? And that's the reason for concern there. Just so you guys know, I want to make sure you guys know about that. Hey, you should know about this too, by the way. I talked last week that the biggest piece of data that might be that might move the investing world and on their sentiment of getting risk on, risk off is going to be more than Jerome Powell's statements at Jackson Hole. It's going to be the earnings from this company right here, and that is going to be on Wednesday afternoon. It is NVIDIA. On the 28th, they are going to have their earnings report. They are such a big company, and I was reading a whole deep dive on CNBC from the analyst over there, and they were talking about that the NVIDIA earnings report is what everyone is holding their breath for right now. So don't be surprised if we do get a little pullback and red going into Monday to today, Tuesday, and then Wednesday, a lot of bullishness. Because this data, this is a major, this is the indicator, the health indicator for the tech industry. Okay, so we're going to be watching that one close there, and then of course CrowdStrike also coming out there on Wednesday. Let's check and see if there's any change to the CME. There is not. It is still sitting about 35% chance of a 50 basis points versus 65% chance of 25 basis point rate cut here on September 18th. Do I have anything in here? Yes. Oh, by the way, I should have put this one earlier. Guys, we're 43.5% of the way into the bull market. Congratulations on that. We are continuing on. And then we'll get into this stuff here in a little while, touching on what happened with Pavel Durov, reportedly arrested in France. If you guys don't know, it's not reportedly, actually confirmed now. He is the founder of Ton and Telegram, and he got arrested on terrorism and some other trumped up BS charges, we'll call them that, because if he really was involved in terrorism, guys, the United States would have put out a Patriot Act order for him a long time ago to be arrested, and he would have been arrested long before it came to him landing back in France. I really think it's about privacy. They want his backdoor to his open source code to collect information, and he told the U.S. no, and he's told Russia no, and now he suddenly gets arrested in France. How convenient of you, French, so conservative. Tradefly OC. Thoughts on any of this data today? Big breakdown there of information, especially on the economic side, but I think people need to understand this is a big recession health indicator. So I just wanted to touch on that. But thoughts on any of this, to include Pavel, we can talk about him if you want.
Yeah, no, I think you kind of nailed that one. But it's always interesting seeing how some of these metrics or indicators actually affect the market. So durable goods, yep, that's going to be a biggie. I think people don't give it too much credit, but it is definitely something that has an influence on the market, and that's a really big jump. Not really expected, but I would like to see kind of go back and be like, hey, like how many times have they revised this number just to kind of see how much that one can fluctuate because we saw how just crazy off the numbers were for unemployment, right? So, that's something to consider, right? We seem to get better numbers and then we always seem to get worse numbers afterwards. The revision is always worse. Is the trend. All right, I'd say 90% of the time. So, I don't get too excited now. Like when I see some of these numbers, I just kind of wait to be like, all right, next quarter, let's see what they have to really say about it. And I wonder if that should become the new standard. Like, hey, let's wait until these numbers have been revised, and then that's what gets kind of baked in. So we'll see. We'll see how that plays out. But it's yes, like you said, it is trending in the right direction. Rate cuts are pretty much inevitable at this point. Now the question is, with rate cuts, do we see a pump and a dump? Because historically, once you start doing those rate cuts, what happens to price action? It will go up initially because the euphoria, the excitement of like
Yep.
we're getting rate cuts, everything is great, and then all of a sudden the price starts pulling back. Now, I'm not saying it's gonna like dump, through the floor, but just understand that you're probably gonna see price action increase, then price action come back. And so be ready for that, right? Because we can play the market two ways. If we get to a very important area of resistance on Bitcoin and crypto as a whole or the market as a whole, and it kind of correlates with like, okay, like the euphoria is gone, might be an opportunity for us. So keep that in mind.
Yep, absolutely. I do think that we're definitely going to see some volatility pullback on the stock market around shortly after the rate cuts. But do I believe that society, especially in the investor world, we operate at a much faster rate of degrade now. The of how things affect us. We very quickly rebound and revolve. I mean, look at COVID-19 pandemic announcement, and it absolutely just dumped the markets, but it was a V-shaped recovery. So I do expect some volatility. I don't expect the major pullbacks that
Yeah.
we used to have. I mean, remember, we used to get rate cuts, came out in the newspaper, and then it took a week for somebody else to get that news article back around again. So today we get it in seconds here on X, right? What did Piper say, right? So I think that
Yeah.
it will
It's
recover pretty quickly.
the crazy thing about COVID, right? Like, yeah, the market's recovered, hands down, right? But it's some of it was artificial because they pumped money back in to the market, right? That money wasn't real money. So now we're still kind of living the effects. Like this is kind of why we're in the current state, why we're
Yep.
starting to mention the R word again, and why, inflation is still relatively high. So people need to understand like, hey, that it was cool seeing that check come in the mail, right? But at the same time, and it was good for price action, it was good for the market, but now it's like you're still living the after effects. And that's something you really got to be careful with.
For sure. For sure. Let's go ahead and get into the chart. I want to talk about Bitcoin. Let's do that first because right now I am seeing on the 4 hour a little bit of a pullback, but there's a range going here. But you guys have not done so yet, do me a favor. Go ahead and help out the algorithm, help us grow this show. We broke 6,000 and we're continuing to grow even now. We've added much over that, but we would like for to grow it even more because we want to get a big family here. I'm a big family guy, so if you guys could go ahead and smash that like button, hit that subscribe. If you're new, hit the notification bell so you can get notified every time that we go live. And if you are an old school alumni here, do us a favor, share this with a friend. Bring your friends. It's okay. We'll have a party. Let's go and let's talk about Bitcoin over here, and then we'll come back around, guys. Let us know in the chat what altcoins you would like to see today, and we will get those up also. But looking here at Bitcoin, guys, I'm seeing a couple of things, and this is why the thumbnail says I am cautiously bullish, because all weekend we have just kind of stayed right here in this little range here. If you look at this box, this was the T box that I said, like, guys, this is our support. We got to get above this. And then we have to get up to here. Why? Because that's a fair value gap. We have a whole fair value gap here that we could not get in. We punched right through it, and now it is our support. We are holding that support here currently at about $63,456. Let's go take a look at the Oscillator Pro Plus and see what this bad boy is telling us. Let me bring it up here and get a little bit bigger. All right, so on here, I'm seeing a couple of things that tell me bearishness. You ready? Money flow right here, giving a little curvature down. That's bearish. Oscillator pro ribbon, it's pulling back. That's bearish. The true 7 here, this is picking up 7 different indicators all in one and giving a combined code, combined signal on that. It is pulling back, but I'm not overly concerned about that. The volume's still not, it's starting to lighten, but it's not turned red yet. It's still green here. So this is not bad, but I will say the money flow coming down with the oscillator ribbon, if we can hold this level here at the same time that this stuff is all cooling off because it got really hot, you can see that right here, got overbought, had the downtrend signal right there. That's a VWAP triggered right there at this point of the price action. If we can get this all to cool off and reset down here in the 0 range while maintaining at least above 61.8, this is super bullish for Bitcoin because it's holding above all this previous support in the back that used to be resistance. So that would be very bullish in my opinion on this price action based on the oscillator that I'm seeing here. But I would love to see, actually, let me talk about downside. Downside, again, I'm looking at like 61.5, we'll call it, because really if you get down into here, you got the dynamic reactor sitting down here. So about 61.5 for the downside. Upside movement, I'm looking right here about 65,400, guys. That is the value area high coming in right here. If we break that, then you're looking at 67.3. So 67.3 to 65.3 is the range that I'm watching here to the upside. Let's go over and check out TradeFly's chart, and let's see what TradeFly has on that beautiful heat map.
All right, looking at the liquidation heat map on the 3-day. So what I'm seeing right now is a small trend on a shorter time frame down and right, and then you have the liquidity pretty close to that. So I will be looking for that area to get cleared out. You can see a wick right here where it did clear out this little hot spot, but we still got more to play with here. So how does that correlate to the chart? That's always what I want to go look at. So 62,850. Let's remember that number. Now let's go over to the chart. Let's find 62,850. And that is right about here. That's not far away. All right. That is definitely in play. And if you come back, you look left on the chart, like, hey, where is there some support and resistance? You can see kind of like if you were to draw a horizontal through there, that would be very much an area where it could come down and get a bounce. Now, what am I expecting? And this will be, more like, I'm not going to say intraday, but kind of like, over a few days. I do think that we come back down and retest this area. This is what I've been looking for. This is what I was looking for with the breakout. Remember, the trend is your friend until the end, baby. We have not broken this trend line yet. It's still working its way up and right. This is very much in play. You got the dynamic reactor underneath of us. It has turned green. That's good. That's bullish. You still have the RSI, or the prime oscillator, still working its way up and right. Also good news, showing some strength. So a little bit of a quick price pullback to retest this area, which was very clearly resistance. Retest it, turn it into support at about 61,880. Again, let's go back to the liquidation heat map and look at that. 61.8 on the dot, baby. You can see where the hot spot is. All right. So that for me is an area where I'm definitely going to be interested in looking at a long position. But I just want to make sure that everything is still looking the same, right? Just come down, make sure the oscillator, you probably go to a shorter time frame like the 4-hour, just to get a little better confirmation, but you still want to see this. Even if it resets, you still want to see strength going into that move. But again, those are kind of the two areas I'm looking at. This is my area right now. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to set an alert. And again, I'm going to let price come to me. If it comes, great. If it doesn't, that's cool too. Like that doesn't really bother me. Top side resistance for me right now is going to be the point of control. We've talked about how important that is over and over again. It has had significant price action off of the point of control. So I would look for a little bit of rejection or resistance in that area. And that's kind of how I like to play the game. Again, I let price come to me when you're in the middle of a perceived range in my mind. I don't take a trade. I just wait. So here you go. Point of control, that's currently sitting at 67,000, around there, right? There's going to be a little bit of range. And then your bottom side support level that I'm looking at right now is about 61.8. So there's two significant numbers for you on Bitcoin. And let's see how this thing shakes out. Like, let's see if we get the OC retest and then that continuation. That's what I got my eye on.
Awesome. A big shout out to Mike Play. Sent us a $5 super chat there. So we appreciate you, bro. He said, congrats. I'm not sure what the congrats is on. I don't know who said what or what was said in the chat, but
6K. It's probably 6K.
Oh, the 6K? Yeah. Awesome. Yeah. I was very excited when we hit that. 10K's next.
Boom shakalaka.
Let's get that.
Let's
Let's
go.
do that. There you go.
Nostalgia right there, man.
Hey, I got my sound effects over here, man. I got my sound effects.
Hold on.
Appreciate
I
you,
got
Mike
it.
Play.
I got such an important question right now. All right. OC, he's probably gonna be out on this one.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take a guess that you're not an NBA Jam guy. But Mr. Piper, this is an important question. Who was your team on
Bulls.
NBA Jam?
Bulls through and through, man. Scottie Pippen, Michael. Like, come on.
Jordan?
Come on.
No. On NBA Jam. Remember, Jordan was not on NBA Jam. He had his own license, so he was not on there. Scottie Pippen was, Horace
Scottie
Grant
Pippen
and BJ Armstrong.
Horace Grant, and Scottie Pippen. That's what it was.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm old,
Yeah,
man.
they were good.
But yes,
They were good.
yes. But I used to
They were good.
to run up and just because you would do it and you get into the motion and it's doing its thing,
Boom shakalaka.
and then that sound would come and you just take your hands off the control and look at the guy next to you. You know.
All right. So my team was actually the Charlotte Hornets on NBA Jam with Alonzo Mourning and Larry Johnson.
You just like
So,
the
like,
colors. They're trade flag colors.
I did like the colors, but them two together, I think, was the best pairing on the game. Let's hey chat, if you guys played some NBA Jam, let's see who was your team. I'll be interested to see this.
Let's get into. Let's get. I'm just reading. I'm catching
Hello,
up on chat here.
Hello.
Sorry, I was catching up on chat here, guys. Let's get into OC. Let's see what he's seeing on Bitcoin, and then I will come back. He said, "Bro, I just spilled my coffee." We'll come back and we'll take a look at these altcoins. Let's get over to OC. What you got for us, bro?
Absolutely. So just taking a look back at what we were talking about the previous week. Remember that we have a ton more of support right down here. And my question was very clear, like, guys, where do you think that we're going up? I mean, where do you think we're going, right? Up or down? Since we have an lot of support right down here. I mean, come on. 2 loud order blows, a trend line, a goose get here forming. We were market pumps, right? We were turning to more bullish and a prime score. So what happened? Let me show you 61,024. So that was 61,024. Where is it? Oh, 61. Somewhere around here, right? So basically a right dynamic reactor, and as we were expecting it, well, we did grab some liquidity and push through it. I think Piper is like right on point because, guys, remember when this something being your price action is going up, and when this other thing being your oscillator, whatever you wanted to have, right? A MACD, RSI, prime RSI, or the oscillator pro, or whatever, it's going down, we call that they both are diverging from each other, right? So what happens when the price keeps kind of like making higher highs, but now your volume or your momentum or your indicator, it's going downwards, right? So we start forming what we know as a divergence. Look at that. Lower peaks right here at the top, but higher peaks right at the top. So we start making some divergence that usually is for a pullback to the next big support, right? We're on the 4 hours, so I don't think that there's that much to fear of. Let me just draw here one little trend line, and that's basically what I'm going to be looking at for maybe a support area. Remember that ranging, it's another way of correcting. So I will be very, very careful at these areas, but also looking at my money flow, because the money flow seems to be stable right now, and also looked like that True 7 is clipping. That is a great indications that we could be going upwards. Look at when it clips, kind of like a reverses, right? So it seems like we already might have been like correcting enough, but there's still a chance that we can go visit some lows here just for liquidity grab and then start pushing upwards. So if you're looking for a possible entry, I will very much just draw 2 trend lines right up here, another one right down here. If I hit the low one, I will be just waiting for a breakout to enter somewhere around 61,400, and if I break the higher one, I'll be entering with half of a position, because this will for me, this will be considered a breakout, but chasing after price, right? So if my strategy is telling me to jump in, but I'm still considered something as chasing after price, I need to move with caution. And that way, what I do is cut in half my entry point. So I usually enter with every single position with 3%. So as soon as I had a breakout, since this is a dangerous entry, I will be going for a 1.5% of my full wallet at a breakout. Maybe not waiting for a pullback and then setting my stop loss as soon as possible, because we could be having a fake out to then trickle down somewhere around 61 450 61 yeah 51 come on 61 400. So that's what I'm looking at. Just be careful with the fake out to the upside. Remember, be careful, plan for worst case scenario. Other than that, I would like to just throw it back to you guys. And in the next round, I'm gonna do a little quick overview on ADA, ALC, and Brent, because of the markets, global markets, just going and turning around on us. But other than that, a little comment. I believe that what we were talking about earlier in the show, Piper, with the creator of Telegram. Guys, I think the markets are very important, and I think that you guys are here for exactly that. Like the markets. That's what we bring you. The TA. But there's something more profound going on here, right? Guys, the only platform so far that I know of that did not bend towards Russia, did not bend to UK, did not bend to the United States, and did not bend it to France was Telegram. He showed the finger to whole freaking countries. One person saying, "Hey, you know what? You want the data? F off, right? Privacy is privacy." Oh, you got it. So let me throw it back to you, Piper, and then maybe we can discuss that. But yeah, I
Of
think that
course.
is a very, very important thing to talk about. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So this is the Telegram founder, Pavel Durov, arrested. What we know so far. So he was arrested in France on August 24th. And here's what they have so far for information. He was detained by French authorities in relation to a search warrant targeting alleged violations of the encrypted messaging platform Telegram. According to Le Monde and other French media outlets, Durov was arrested at the airport north of Paris after landing in his private jet, which he had traveled to from Azerbaijan. Which is lives in Dubai, guys. Just so you know, he went there to escape what they were trying to do to him in Russia. So, um, at the same time, a Bloomberg report noted that a Russian foreign ministry spokeswoman, Maria Zakharova, also corroborated the information in a Telegram post about his arrest. So, a search warrant was issued. French offices there, agencies that oversee crimes against minors. So when he talks about that trafficking, they're saying it involves minors. Issued a search warrant as part of a preliminary investigation into Telegram. AFP reported that the alleged offenses range from fraud, drug trafficking, cyberbullying, and organized crime. Numerous reports note that the investigation is rooted in Telegram's alleged lack of content moderation. The messaging platform CEO is reportedly expected to appear in court on Sunday or on August 25th, which was Sunday. Some reports claim that Durov could face up to 20 years in prison due to the nature of the alleged offenses. So, in impact on Telegram and Ton, guys, Ton had a massive pullback off of this. The third-party blockchain protocol that the messaging platform is integrated into its services claims to be fully operational in the hours after. They have put out a nice post there on X, but an official post on Ton's X account stated that the protocol was unaffected and is continuing to rally behind Durov. There's been a ton of free Durov and free Palev all over X. So a lot of the people, not just them, but there's a lot of support for this for his release. Telegram has yet to comment officially on the arrest, and Cointelegraph reached out, but they haven't heard back. So Vitalik Buterin, Elon Musk, Liberté, everyone getting involved, and there you go, free Pavel right there from Elon Musk. In the video, Durov asked Musk take over Twitter. This was a interview that he did back a while ago. Ethereum co-founder Vitalik Buterin also weighed in on the topic, replying to an X post by American entrepreneur and investor Balaji there. But yeah, there we go. We talked about this so people know exactly what it is. Oh, excuse me. But yeah, this is a serious incident, and I'm going to look at the ton price here in a moment. But guys, remember, there's a lot more there's a lot more at danger here, at risk here, than just the price a ton. This could be a major thing, because a lot of people are saying that it's not him involved in the claims, that it is actually what has occurred on his platform because he has not allowed law enforcement and stuff to go in and collect information. And so he is an accomplice to all of these activities on his platform. For privacy and for what happens on, this would be like the CEO of Ford, if drunk driver goes out and starts running people over in his Ford truck, the CEO of Ford being responsible for someone's use of his product. So I just want you guys to understand that this is way more than just the price a ton. This is an attack on privacy, security, and the risk that innovators in the future will have to take as they develop new technology. So there you go. I just want to put that out. Tradefly, you got anything on that?
No, nothing to add, man. I think you did a really good job articulating that. So,
Well, thank you.
yeah, we're gonna have to monitor that. And to be honest, like if this is what this guy's fighting for, we've kind of seen similar things with Apple. Obviously, they didn't arrest the CEO of Apple, but we had this big fight of privacy, and Apple stood their ground, and ultimately, I think they probably walked away the winner on that one. There wasn't really much of a mutual agreement. They were like, "Hey, our stuff's encrypted. Privacy is key," and that was the big fight. And hopefully this guy can stand his ground. If he does get some strong backing from big players in the space, that would be cool. And I honestly, like, I will stand by my what I think right now, and we'll kind of let everything play out, because sometimes there's just things you don't realize what is going on in the background, and not everyone's a saint. So understand that there could be some legitimate things here, and we'll just have to kind of wait for those things to come out, and then we'll make a judgment. Now, with that being said, you might have an opportunity on time, like, because that machine will keep going. All right. So when they release that statement, they're like, "Hey, everything's unaffected." That's why you have a leadership team in place. You saw it with Binance. You had that big dump on BNB when all that stuff was going down with CZ. What happened? Then BNB went, like, I don't know if it set an all-time high, but it went through the freaking moon. All right. So, keep an eye on Ton. This could be an opportunity for you to get in if you think you missed the boat and you're still bullish on Ton long term.
Yeah, absolutely. And I posted on X this weekend when all of this happened. I watched it come down and I set an entry here at $5.39 here on it. Yes, I'm trading it. I'm watching it. I'm aware of it. I am concerned about it, but I'm also trading it because I take advantage of opportunities when I see them present themselves, and that's what I saw this as, was an opportunity. So I entered in here on my platinum pocket. That is the 786, $5.39. You can see we did pump up and bounce off of the golden pocket and pull back down here, but we're still sitting above that level, guys. I'm going to be watching this one closely, but when I look down here at the Oscillator Pro Plus, I do see a couple of things that I want to point out here. We do have money flow that went red. It went red here on Saturday when all this information came out, but it pretty much quit dropping. We're starting to create right here. You see this price from here to here, but the money flow is doing this. That is a bullish divergence that's appearing there. Also, our oscillator went pink when it happened, but now we're in transition color. This peach here is what happens right before we go into green. So this looks like it's about to come back up too. We did get the uptrend arrow here. We also got the oversolds here that printed, and it looks like we're about to do another wave here up on the upside of the volume matrix. I am watching here that we did peak out on the true 7 on that bottom. It said, hey, this is the bottom. Now it's coming in, and I'm looking to see if this comes back in higher, guys. A lot of things on this indicator telling me to include right here on the bearish power bar that we went bottomed out there. You can see that faded color to peach there also. That means that that's pretty much a bottom indicator. So I am seeing a lot of things right now that are indicating that we have upside movement coming here on Ton. So this could be a good trade. I'm going to hold it. We'll see. I will set my stop loss probably on the other side here. Oh, don't do that, sir. Okay, lock your fibs and lock your T boxes there. Shout out to TA Tim. There we go. 887, I'll set it down here. It's about a 5x leverage on it, still just slightly in profit. Let's go ahead and kick it over because I know we got Ada coming from OC, but Tradefly, what do you got for us on some altcoins?
Get XRP up. All right, let's take a look at XRP on the daily. So this trend line right here, this blue trend line that's going up and right, has been pretty significant for quite some time. You can see how price action has respected it both on the top and the bottom side. Right now, we're testing it right now, so it's a pretty critical area, I'd say, for XRP. And give you a couple areas that I'm looking at that I think are going to be significant. 64 to like 65 cents. If you look right here, there's a hit of resistance, resistance, resistance. Like you can see, and before this dump right here, it was resistance. All right. So that's why I'm keying in on this. It tried to stay above it, hasn't been able to. Every time it's gotten above it, at least since we'll say June of 23, which is a really long time, you found resistance at about 73 cents. All right. So 73, 74 cents in that area. So what are we looking for here? If this trend line holds up, then I think you're going to see an initial rejection here at about 64 to 65 cents. And then we can look for the notorious OC retest if it breaks. And then we'll look for that movement up in here. But again, that's going to be my line in the sand. All right. That's where if I'm scalping or intraday, that would be my exit if we got this move above here. All right. So again, let it come to you. We're in the middle right now. But so I would say light area of support right here where we're at time now, there could be an opportunity. Now, what do I see on the oscillator to kind of support a potential movement to the upside? A little bit contradicting because the oscillators within the oscillator, most of those are actually pointing up. And you're talking about money flow. You see the power bar here. Those are starting to say, hey, like we're building some steam. All right. The problem is like you're getting these hits of bearish divergence, price action is going up, but the prime oscillator or the RSI is actually starting to trend down a little bit. But we got a big reset here off of this 42 level. So a little bit of a mixed bag here where we're at currently, but I would say the difference between 59 and 56 is really not that much if it's more, of a swing long-term trade. Like you're talking about a few percent, right? Like so you could see price action retrace a few percent. So like if you do take something off of this trend line, make sure you're just protecting yourself. I'd probably put a stop loss underneath the dynamic reactor at a minimum. But again, this area right here at 56 cents is probably, an area I'd be more comfortable with. So let's say that like if the price were to pull back, this would be an area I would definitely look at taking a short-term trade on XRP just because of how significant it's been. You just go back left on the chart, and that's really what I'm looking at here. You see resistance, resistance, resistance. You can see it. Clearly support and resistance. This area is very significant in my eyes, and that's 56 cents, 57 cents. So again, let price action come to you. You might have an opportunity here at this area that I just talked about, and then you would be looking for continuation of the prime oscillator or RSI if you guys use that. A continuation just showing you strength of everything kind of moving up and right. So go back, look at money flow, look at some of your other indicators, kind of make sure that you have confluence between all of them. Now, the scary part about getting underneath, this is kind of my one reservation, is like, look what happened, last time, we got underneath of this trend line, right? It was tough for it to get back above. Again, stop losses are going to be important on an XRP play, especially in a long position. But those are the numbers I'm kind of looking at for XRP. I think there could be some opportunity here in the future for XRP to make kind of a scalp or an intraday or maybe even a swing trade. Honestly, if it pulls back to 43 at any point, you can already see like I'm waiting on that one. I think I got to reset that. It may have already played out actually, but yeah, those are some numbers for XRP. I don't think zoom out. We're in a range. So not a bad place to be for XRP. We've been in a range for, I'd say, since March. No, goes back
Yep.
further.
And if it gets back up to that upper level and it rejects,
Abandoned ship.
that's my not financial advice, but abandoned ship. Told you I got all kinds of new sound effects. Hey, I want to address something that Lunar Beach has said before we head into OC. Going to do ADA, and I got stacks coming up along with an article on stacks. So that's for Bedred, and you get an article and TA today. But no, I do not think he. So I want to pull it up here just so you guys can see what he said. I just want to clarify this because it needs to be said. He said, I don't know how we resolve this. There we go. I don't know how we resolve this issue, but child traffickers don't deserve free speech. Sorry, not sorry. I do not think that they deserve free speech. Well, I think they deserve free speech. I don't think that it should protect them. Should not be a protector of their activities. Okay, but I do have a problem when the CEO of a company that's not directly involved in that uh, gets arrested because of activity on it, when all they did, what the countries did, they asked for total access to monitor all users. Now, if they had came to him and said, "We have this case and this case, and we would like to get information on these people because now we have warrants addressing
Yeah.
this actual event of child trafficking," and he said no, then 100% no excuse. But as far as the guy owning a company and they say, "We want full access to monitor everyone on your platform," which is what they did, and he said no, that's not the answer either. So because he has a right to privacy as a company owner for his code even. So um they tried to address it as a blanket monitoring of Big Brother on individuals, and instead of individual cases of legality and law. So I just wanted
Yeah,
to address that.
at some point, like if you're going to be on board with this, you might as well just say like, okay, cool. I just understand that I am giving up my privacy, and if you're cool with that, then I guess to each their own. But like for me, like I would like to have a little bit of privacy still. Like
Yeah,
I don't want
yeah,
I
absolutely.
don't want all my conversations floating around through the ether and everybody has access to it. Even though like I know I'm not doing anything, I just still would like to have that element of privacy that I think it's a right personally, but that could just be
Yeah,
me.
there was a time when the United States Army when the United States Army was doing the whole push on social media. What you say on social media can have ramifications for your in the Army, right? You can get punished for what you say on social media. We had a commander that said, "I think it's a great idea that we get everyone's Facebook. We need everyone's Facebook name. If they got social media, we need to be able to see it." And I told them pound sand, and they said, "You," the commander said, and I said, "Well, the Constitution said this, and I'll fight this all the way up. You're going to lose, sir." So Sergeant First Class Smith said, "I don't play that game. You're not stepping on my privacy. I don't care what your rank is. You ain't got enough of it." So let's jump over and get into that ADA TA there, OC, and we'll come back and let's talk stacks. Stacks on stacks on stacks. Let's go.
Absolutely. Just wanted to add very quick, like, I mean, come on, if we're gonna be accounting, holding accountable the CEOs, well, then for every single misuse of keychain knives, I think we should get all of the CEOs arrested, right? For every accident on the street, we should also get all the CEOs arrested, right? I mean, if we're gonna do this, let's do it all together. So going back into the ADA thing, I mean, I just think it's a very important topic. That's what I'm also keep bashing on it. I just think it's freedom, it's not free, right? And also comes with its dangers. Other than that, let's just take a look at data. This is what I was expecting throughout the last week. Remember, I was expecting a little bit of a farther move to the upside. It slightly went higher here. Nonetheless, it went almost or exactly to my pointing here. Had a bounce, make a lower high, basically confirming or almost creating that beautiful cricket head and shoulders in here, and we are right now breaking this alert. Also remember, we did create that alert a long time, well, no, like long time ago, a couple of days ago, 3 days ago, right? I think it was for Friday. So we're breaking through, or we're piercing through. We're heading to some points in here. Why? Because we have some order blocks right down there. There we go. That's where my big confluence zone is at, right? And what I'm going to be looking for, and that's going to mean my oscillator bouncing, my volume profile going up, and of course my money flow turning back around, right? And we can still see market pumps. It could very much change, right? But at this point, I believe that we're still good and not into much danger, just into a possibility on a possible entry zone all the way down here. So it's time to tell yourself, you know what, we should start preparing. We could very much also bounce from here, which I doubt a little bit. But if we do, well, then look for that higher high and a higher low to confirm that this is just a fail micro trend and not a continuation for a bigger trend. Other than that, just looking at daily looks exactly the same. Something that I want to point out here is that we don't have the same support that we have on 4 hour, and which is fine. And what is it fine? Because look at this, we have a low, higher low, right? High, higher high. So despite we don't have any support like very evident right there, we can absolutely start seeing that continuation of that movement to the upside. Very quick before I throw it back to Piper, ALC. So Amy Leaf Crypto, basically just remember that I was kind of like kidding with your ticker here, and I was not able to buy it. Nonetheless, I've been tracking it, and I think who was Mark Dodge mentioned that we are all bullish on ALC. I do agree with that, and look at that beautiful analysis. It's just pumping up. Other than that, very quick to Burnt. Remember that we were talking about on the previous classes. I was expecting it for a little bit of a rejection. We did not have this rejection, but instead something much better happened, which is that we are forming a double bottom on Burnt. Remember that the macroeconomy, it is very delicate at this point. Well, then that double bottom and pierce to dynamic reactor, this is great news, especially with this big body candle. At this point, I'm expecting a retrace, a possible entry, and then pound going up. Remember, we already have an alert in here ready to be almost caught in here. So we've been waiting for this for a long time. Remember, look at Burnt. What is my Burnt alert? Let's go. Brent. I think I failed to put it up. Here we go. It was on July the 31st or 31, right? So it is basically 1 month ago since we've been waiting for these zones for a neckline on this possible double bottom. Remember, from a month ago, we were expecting this formation, and we're finally getting it. So other than that, turning it back to you, Piper.
Awesome. Let's jump over here first, guys. Talk about this. Givers Gain tomorrow night. Billy Goat Tell, shout out to Crux for reminding me here. Givers Gain chat and crypto investing insights with Kyle Chisholmore. That is going to be tomorrow. That says 6 p.m. That's my time. It's 9 p.m. on the East Coast. Guys, go ahead and set your reminder. I'm doing it now. Bam. There we go. Billy Goat Tells. And then also, I did want to bring this up. Just in, public company Similar Scientific buys another 83 Bitcoin worth $5 million, guys. Institutions continuing to pick up Bitcoin. But I want to jump over here. Bam, there we go. Stacks Nakamoto upgrade is bringing an upgrade to Bitcoin DeFi on Wednesday. This is happening this Wednesday. Stacks network upgrade is ushering a new era of scalability for DeFi in the Bitcoin ecosystem. Stacks, the largest Bitcoin layer 2 network in terms of market capitalization and one of the oldest, is the most dedicated to Bitcoin projects and home to a thriving ecosystem. On August 28th, the network's upgrade will activate. It will cause several fundamental changes. Among them, transaction speeds on the network will see major boost, with settlement times dropping from 10 to 30 minutes or more. Which mirrors Bitcoin's timing to around 5 seconds. Okay. Represents a 100x improvement and will dramatically transform the usability of the network. And then 4 weeks after that upgrade is implemented, a decentralized asset backed one-to-one by Bitcoin will be introduced. It'll be called SBTC, and it will facilitate the transfer of Bitcoin between Bitcoin blockchain and Stacks. So 3 advancements. These advancements, will be game changers for the ecosystem, and that causes a lot of bullishness. So watch on Wednesday. I do think that you'll see a buy the rumor, sell the news if we get a pump before then, but this could be very bullish for Stacks. Let's jump into the chart, see what it looks like, guys. According to this on the 4 hour, the chart prime pump dump indicator, prophecy indicator is saying pump, okay? We are up here fighting for support on the 786, and it's right now a little bit of resistance for us, so we're at the platinum pocket range, but you can see right here, this is the quantum reactor. That quantum reactor got punched through. It has not turned green yet. Once this turns green, after this pump, that is usually where you have your opportunity to get in. That's what you look at doing. Just like right here, we had this dump. Yeah, you could have made all of this, but you don't have to get the ends of the steak. You can get the center cut and eat just fine. You can see here it turned red right here at this pump right here, and that red is where you would have gotten into a little quick short. Now we're on a pump. We're waiting for that to turn green, and when that turns green, that will be indication of upside movement. Guys, that golden pocket's coming in at about $2.12, $2.23 right now. Let's go ahead and measure that from this platinum pocket up to there. That's about a 17%, 18% to the bottom of the golden pocket. That is about a 25% to the top of the golden pocket there. And then if we look down here on the oscillator, see how it is looking. It is looking decent right now. We do have money flow still showing strength. It is coming down a little bit, but this could be like another continuation wave. We see that quite often. We do see the volume matrix is starting to curve back up, showing a lot of strength there. Meanwhile, while this price is just trading sideways right here, everything is cooling off. And that makes me very, very happy to see, because now we can see this continue to go up. This gets cooled off and everything resets for more upside movement without ever actually losing price action. And that is what I'm looking at on stacks. That is about all we got time for, I think. But I do have to show you this article because I talked about it at the beginning. Guys, huge big news here for Argentina. And I would love to see this adopted into more of the education system in America. But Argentina adds Ethereum to the Buenos Aires high school curriculum. Let's jump back over. We don't need to go too much into detail there. The headline says it all. Guys, how cool is that a high school is going to be teaching Ethereum and what you can do on it for Web3 and growth and all that? Like what obviously they picked Ethereum because it's the biggest, it's the oldest right now, for that, what it does, right? Smart contracts and everything else. But, when blockchain curriculum in general in high school education system of America. So
Hey,
I'd love to hear your
they can make
thoughts.
it an elective. Make it an elective, you know? That is one of the things that, like, big plans in TradeFi's life that I want to do is actually create like a business school for children. And it would have like some of the normal curriculum, obviously history, science, all that stuff, but
I'm bullish on
a
TradeFly.
heavy emphasis on money and how to use money and how to do your taxes and how, you know, what does that percentage on your loan actually mean for both buying a house and a car? Things that, you know, a lot of people really don't know. They're like, okay, yeah, cool, I can afford the car payment, cool, but you're paying double what you would have paid, you know? So like there's just little things that you need to know. And I would love to create a school that, you know, obviously it'll be a private school, but that's one of my big plans in life. We'll see. We'll
We
see
did
if I can
create
do.
a school. It's called Piper Academy TradeFly.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. But I wanna have a real impact on kids. I really do.
Yeah, I know.
So
No, I get it. OC, actually, TradeFly, you got anything for the people on the way out? Because we got to go raid Randy Hipper's channel. We got to go raid the frat house. So, TradeFly, you got anything for the people on the way out?
yeah, only thing I got is I love being here. So thank you for having me on the morning show. Again, super blessed. Catch us on Crypto Nightcap, me and FD tonight at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and we'll see a lot of you back in the chat because we have a nice little crew, nice little community that comes in every evening. So you guys have a great day.
Appreciate it. OC, what do these people get if they smash, if they obliterate the like button? What do they get?
Before that, let me have one more minute into my charts. I just want to give this heads
minute.
up on thing. Yeah, absolutely. We'll do it quick, promise. On a couple of things that have happened throughout the alerts. If you can pull up my charts really quick. Thank you. We just hit an alert of SMC, basically breaking it. We just hit it at the beginning of the class. Be mindful of that one. Also, Solana, we just broke this alert here on the 23. Possible retest that we could be having on Solana. Again, we've been looking for this one. Hopefully, you did enter in here. I absolutely did. Another one, Render. We broke this flag that we were expecting. Hopefully, you guys also did enter. I entered basically somewhere around here. Not much of a profit. Basically, looking for a possible retracements once again. And finally, Copper. I did not enter in Copper. Hopefully you guys have entered in Copper. In Copper, I will be expecting a retest, something around those areas, and then for a possible push up. Just as what I've been looking throughout the weekend and throughout this week. So other than that, guys, if you click that like button, well, then you might get we all might get a little special discount. And just go find Amazon Prime Random Sounds. And then just go to your husband's car and just sneak it somewhere around it, right? So maybe it's squeaking, button or a squeaking noise, you're gonna drive him crazy. Don't push it so long into that. But other than
Don't
that,
listen
we
to
might
this
got some
advice.
pretty-
Don't listen to this advice. This is how divorces happen. It's things like this, OC. All right, guys, if you haven't done so yet, hit that button there and help us out. And we will be back here tomorrow morning. Dominic going to be on the show doing a little breakdown on some mining for us. So he's pretty smart on this stuff. He's going to talk about HNT, which is helium mining, and he's going to talk about some cast mining and some community members got some great questions for him. So guys, we're about to go raid Randy Hipper. Formerly Miss Teen Crypto, and we're going to go raid the frat house with the frat mom. Guys, when you get in there, drop the graduation caps. We'll catch you guys tomorrow morning right here on Piper Academy Morning Market Report. Don't forget to tune in tonight and catch FD White and Trade Fly for the Crypto Nightcap, guys. Until then, trade safe, and as always, use a stop loss.
I don't know what they keep telling me. I don't know what they keep telling me. Ain't no school like Piper Academy. Ain't no school like Piper Academy. We'll keep that front line covered, even when we're dead and gone. We'll find a way to keep going, cause we gon' keep on rolling after wheels fall low. I know you hungry for knowledge, that's profit appetite. Classes in session, this for the Army Piper acolytes. Trade flag at the soul, train ready. What a line from OCI, form a Mexican spaghetti. Yo, crunch crypto with a deep dive to reject dime. And if you like the visual powered by Car Prime, then you were part of that alumni, that's all spine. But if you have step, fall back to offline. We'll keep that front line covered, even when we're dead and gone. We'll find a way to keep going, cause we gon' keep on rolling after wheels fall low. Sound off.
To get rhythm, the ZTS rhythm. Rip it, Alexandra.
Yeah, that's my alumni. You know what I mean?
That was awesome, dude.